Good evening, Fernwood. My name is Neil, and you have just entered my road trip through the entire series of Mary Hartman, the too true to be normal soap opera from the 1970s. This is going to be the January 30th, 1976 episode. Last episode was a punch in the gut for me because Tom and Mary have called their marriage quits, but they're working out some kind of deal that is probably not going to work out too well. Next door to the Hartmans, we have the Hagers. They're planning a trip to Nashville to start Loretta's career, and she's pregnant and also has a history of miscarriage, so some health issues could be in the way. We'll see how that goes. And then also next door are the Shumways, which are Mary's family. That would be George, Martha, Kathy, and they got their stuff going on. Oh, and also Grandpa Larkin. He also has his stuff going on. We got a lot of stuff going on. This is January 30th, 1976. That was a Friday night. Let's get started.
Good morning, Mary. Look, I brought the cake.
I'm scrubbing my counter.
Well,
What do you mean, well?
just last night you were reunited with your family after being held hostage by a murderer. So naturally I asked, well, it's a question.
I don't understand it.
I mean, what's going on with you and Tom? What happened last night after you got home?
Is that a question?
Well, what does it sound
It
like?
sounds like two questions.
Then pick one and answer it.
Can you tell my age from my hands?
Mary, I don't have to look at your hands to tell your age. I'm your mother. I know how old you are.
This dish soap's supposed to make your hands look younger.
I was talking about your marriage.
I'm talking about my hands! Does my face look older than my hands?
What's going on between you and Tom? There is something going on between you and Tom. You hardly even speak to each other when you're together. And sometimes you don't even look at each other. Now that means something is going wrong, doesn't it?
How young?
What?
How young do my hands look?
It must be biorhythms. I'm talking about my hands! If I can't talk about my hands to my own mother, how am I going to talk about my hands to? It must be biorhythms that's wrong with my family.
What is that biorhythms? A disease?
Haven't you seen that machine in the thrifty drugstore? You know, the biorhythms machine?
I remember
you,
those.
Turn the dial to your birthday, and a card comes out like that, you see, and tells you what to expect for the next cycle. I don't understand how everybody in my family can have such bad cycles. Nothing is going right in this family. What's wrong, Mary? Why don't you tell me what is wrong?
Ma, there's nothing wrong. Sweetheart, don't eat chocolate before breakfast. It'll spoil your appetite.
I want to go outside.
After breakfast.
How come Daddy stayed downstairs last night and slept on the couch?
Go outside.
Where are you going?
Oh, it's Friday. I have to go sanitize my toilet. I always sanitize my toilet. What day do you sanitize your toilet, Mom? Huh? You know, the label says that you should do it regularly once a week, and I always do it on Friday. It makes everything nice for the weekend.
Mary, I know times are changing and now even poor people get a divorce. But if you think I want to stand by while a daughter of mine gets a divorce, of course, unless she hates him, you have another thing coming. My advice to you is that you should make up with Tom. Even if you are miserable living with him, it's the only way you're going to be happy.
Hi, Mary. Well, we're just about finished packing. We're leaving for Nashville first thing in the morning, and I was
was just wondering if you wouldn't mind taking care of Conway and 24th while we're gone.
Fish? Well, that'll be a new experience for me. I never tried being a fish sitter before. Yes?
Hello.
Oh, hi. I didn't recognize you with your clothes on.
I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry, I mean your regular clothes. You're without your policeman's uniform.
It's a beautiful day, and I've got my car outside, and I thought you might like to go for a drive.
Yes. Yes, I'd love to.
Fine.
You see, Tom took his car to work and the batteries are dead in my car, and I have to shop for food for the weekend. I'm all out of sanitizer for the toilet, and I'd like it if you take me to the market. That is, if you don't mind.
Sounds really neat.
Neat. Going to the market, neat.
Well, the world is full of a number of things. There's the sun, and the moon, and the stars, and the park, and the supermarket.
So many things.
Hi, Coach.
Hello, 35.
You remembered my number.
Still got the good hands? Huh?
Yeah?
Come on. Set it, pick him to me and go. There you go. Oh, come on, try it. There you go. How are you, 35? Good to see you.
Good to see you, Coach.
You know, there's something bothering you, 35. I know my boys. And remember what I used to tell you. The coach said that the door is always open anytime you want to use it. I'll give you an ear.
Yeah.
I mean, if your coach is a real man, he'll listen to anything you got to say, you know.
Yeah. Look, Coach.
Except about sex. If you want to talk about sex and dirt like that, you know, forget it. But, come on, what's bothering you?
Nothing. Nothing's bothering me.
Nothing?
No.
You look a little sad.
Sad? I'm just a little melancholy, that's all, because I came back here to the old locker room.
I'm glad we had this heart-to-heart talk. I really am. I'll take 5 laps and go to the shower.
Excuse me, is someone sitting here?
No, we're right
They could have left the groceries in the
really
car.
could have left that stuff in the car.
Oh, yes.
The police say you shouldn't leave articles in an unattended automobile.
We shouldn't listen to everything the police say.
Oh, no, I think we should. After all, the police, is that a joke? I mean, you being a policeman and all. That was a joke, right?
You have a wonderful smile. What would you like to drink?
Oh, anything you need to drink. I don't think I better drink. I'm getting a little tipsy.
There's no harm in that.
I'll have an uncold. Oh, could you put this butter in the refrigerator for me? Thank you.
Scotch and water for me.
Isn't it feel funny being in the bar in the middle of the afternoon?
Well, it's not the middle of the afternoon, and it's almost cocktail hour. I'd like to propose a toast. It's a raised glass to a wonderful woman.
To wonderful women. Did you ever use this stuff? It's wonderful for sanitizing toilets.
No, never tried it. But I don't do housework. I have an apartment with maid service. Are you a little nervous?
No. Why do I seem a little nervous? No, I'm not nervous. Why? Because I'm a married woman having a cocktail in the cocktail lounge in the middle of the afternoon with a good-looking person? No, I'm not nervous.
Something wrong?
No. Nothing. I'm having a terrible emotional problem here.
What's the problem?
No, it's just emotional. You know, it's
What is the problem?
I don't think I should talk about it or anything.
Mary, let's go up to my place. It's comfortable there. It's quiet. We can talk.
I don't know. I'm just not sure I should. You see, I have butter, you know, back there and it'll melt.
Waiter? We can put it in my refrigerator.
Oh, well, I guess it'll be all right then.
The check and the butter.
My feelings are complicated. Tom and Mary are definitely still working out their issues, and they are tough issues. You know, they've got a long marriage that is going through troubles, and they aren't able to talk to each other. Tom is looking for help. He looks to his old basketball coach, who is not able to help, you know, because that guy's a jerk. There are things I might disagree with him about. He did offer an ear up to a point, and that point is personal, but that's also that's just a wall. You know, Mary is torn, and I can see that because she's getting attention from someone that must feel good. She still hasn't resolved all of the stuff in her previous relationship, and you know, I get that there's overlap, but it is it's gonna be a mess. Like I said yesterday, it's just gonna be a mess. I don't know if this was the first show that really broached the idea of divorce. I feel like it was really pretty recent. This was 1975, and you know, everyone, I think, like Mary Tyler Moore was just a little bit earlier, and she was a single woman. But you know, seeing relationships come to that specific change. You know, divorce isn't the end of a relationship; it's a change in a relationship, and this is really looking at it. Like, this show is so, like, it's weird. I talked about how weird the emotions were on this show, but also it's really real. Like, the things that they're talking about are things that people go through. I mean, mass murderers are a more limited experience, but you know, having issues in your marriage that you're not able to reconcile and you're not able to figure out how to talk about. I hope they find help. I don't know that they will. That was Friday, January 30th, 1976's episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Thank you again for joining, and we will see you next week in Fernwood.